it's official. We reached the halfway point of the regular season. Still a lot of work left to do, though, as we're away in Week 9. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it, too. That one was on their defense. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Now it's Lance. Complete beyond the marker. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. He put everything he had into this one. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off a defense at any time.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. The Cardinals out for the punt. And this will bring a drive that had some promise to a disappointing end. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. That punt reaches 50 yards. And the Eagles will take possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
They've got a man in motion. 2nd and 6 now. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Toward the sideline, and he's got it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Yeah, right there. That's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They give to Allen out of the shotgun. In the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Now we'll pause. The officials want to take a good look at this and confirm it was indeed a touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
The kick team out there for the Eagles, and this one is sent away. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Throwing from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
Throwing the out route complete.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that in the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Here's Lance. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Throwing is Lance. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
3rd and long for him here. That pass is complete to McBride. And he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Trey McBride, the touchdown. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football, well, just like their receiver teammates. And they can score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
Now Brown on to send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff for Allen. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They've got a first to begin the frame. It's Allen again. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Fields on first down. It's caught. This is Gabe Davis. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Running back sent in motion left. A pistol snap. Fields. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Broke through the tackle. And the Cardinals will take over as he records his first interception of our season. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Lance. Hits his running back. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here's Lance now. Completed to his running back. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. On second down, Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Looking to throw, Lance. Tried to float that one in, and defenders there for the interception. And the Eagles get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up and gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
No luck finding his receiver that time. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Shotgun snap to Fields. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. They'll cobble together a yard there. Darius Robinson there to make the tackle. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
May not be the way he typically gets the ball, Kate, but once he had it in his hands like a reception, he knew what to do with it. He smelled that first down, and he went and got it.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Fields out of the gun. Has it down close. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
I love throwing that first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Allen goes up and over for the touchdown. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Braylon Allen, the touchdown. Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Return coming from the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. Back to throw, it's Lance. Launches one deep downfield. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked up by Andrew Booth.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Second down and 10, Fields. He fires one deep down the middle. Oh, it's tipped, interception. And the Cardinals are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought that defenders or offensive guys have bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away. He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. The tip definitely broke up that throw. So it's 2nd down coming up. Now it's Lance. And he's going to score. It's an Arizona touchdown. The Cardinals parlay the interception into points. Trey McBride, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. When you reach the status that he has around the league, Brock, well, we all at this point expect him to be making plays like this when he's targeted down near the end zone.
Yeah, I think the best thing I can say about this dude is he makes it look easy a lot of the time. And this game, trust me, is never easy. It speaks to how well he plays this position.
That one splits the uprights. And the Cardinals tie things up at 14. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. Looking to throw. Short pass brought in. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Jeff Okudah. Here comes the final play of our first half. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. He'll throw it. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible 2nd half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff now from the gun. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Diamador Lenore there on the stop. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 2nd and 10 now. He puts everything behind this one. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles take the lead right away in half number 2. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To the air, Lance. That finds Jacobs, complete. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
He gets a lot behind. It is caught at the 20. He does it. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals start the second half with some needed points. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Brown able to tack on the point after. And the Cardinals tie this game at 21. Now Brown on to send it away.
We've got ourselves a heck of a tie ball game, but maybe not for long after that return. Got one side clearly responding well to this pressure. Question is, some of those kicking team guys now running to play defense, how do they respond after giving up that big return late?
Up the middle, here goes Allen. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Brought to the ground by Cameron Bynum. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Darius Robinson there to make the tackle. Fields on 3rd. Trying for the deep ball. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be Cardinals football. Running on first here with Jacobs. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They stick with Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Lance. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Allen trying this straight ahead. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled for a short gain. Working quickly here. They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. The Eagles are in punt formation. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Cardinals with some nice field position to start off this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. Throwing is Lance. He gets this to Tyler Scott. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. Back to throw. Cut by Jacobs. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Cardinals 1st down. Lance. Cut near the goal line. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. Jacobs runs it in. Touchdown, Arizona. The Cardinals take a lead just before the end of the 3rd. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Brown now for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Cardinals break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Brown on to send it away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. A pistol snap. Fields hits him on the out route. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Now it's Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Eagles in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable. Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Offense up to the line fast. Fields now on third. Throwing the out route complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. That one's complete, right side. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
This is Allen on the give. Works his way to the 35. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Second down and 10, Fields. And no look there, that throw falls to the ground.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Fields looking to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Another throw for Fields. Oh no, they get him yet again. Max Melton with the INT. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one right down the middle. And the Cardinals double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fields coming back after the pick. Short pass brought in. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
Throwing again on 2nd down, Fields. He's got it over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Offense in the hurry up here. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on third down, that's a QB's best friend.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Fields out of the gun. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone. Short of the 15. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles losing by 14. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Quick pass, right side, complete. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Shotgun snap to Fields. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him.
It's a Philadelphia touchdown. A big spot for the Eagles now as they go for 2.
Eagles will set up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll look to throw it. And the 2-point pass falls incomplete. They tried to get aggressive, but it doesn't work.
Eagles 37. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Has this at the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Setting up to pass. He has the first over the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Past midfield to the 45. Past the 25. And he's across for the touchdown. And that flag is not going to stop this celebration. They know that's an offsides call. Got to the end zone with a free play, so they will, of course, decline offsides and take the points. Brown now for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals lead by 15 now. Now Brown on to send it away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Fields to throw it. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Fields throwing here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Trying to find his tight end. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. And not a lot of cover guys who can match up with him in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. They'll send out the punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. The return begins on their side of midfield. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. So march it forward after they accept the penalty. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out. So the Cardinals get to fly home as winners on the road. And even fighting that dreaded body clock with the West Coast trip, they played their game, and they're taking this victory back east with them. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Philadelphia.